Blackbird, the way I imagined love was wrong. I've come to love 'em like I couldn't fathom Blackbird. But I tap away and I fear and I long. Intervene Blackbird and I shorten the road. Blackbird, slip into my slumber and show me some. When I dream, do you see in color or it all bored? The picture is peaceful, but I dream alone. Intervene Blackbird and a shorten the road.
Everybody, the 14 people that are going to watch this today, did you feel weird? I don't know, that video and that music I put with that video made me feel weird. I don't know. It kind of doesn't go together, but it does though. That shit's sad but funny. I don't know. I liked it. Anyway, the Dro Brothers are wild, but I love mixing and matching music with it and making it weird. I'm a strange bird. Anyway, we're gonna check out the Democrats' hypocrisy today about this Pardon Gate 2024. Okay, if preemptive pardons start rolling out for Biden, it sets a precedent that is absolutely bonkers. It's absolutely if he starts pardoning Fauci and his brother for 10 years, and dude, do you wanna hear what the Democrats said about Trump doing that? Whenever they lied and tried telling you that Trump was gonna do preemptive pardons for his entire family, whenever he quote, unquote, "lost the 2020 election," can you imagine what they said about Trump doing that? And all they were lies and rumors that he might do that, but that's from, like, the New York one of the New York Times or New York Post, whichever one sucks and is super biased. That one reported that there was rumors Trump was going to do preemptive pardons for his entire family because they're so crooked and commit so many crimes, but they didn't do that. He didn't do that. And they weren't convicted or charged with any crimes. That's kind of strange. But all these people, Biden apparently has a huge list of preemptive pardons. Now, that could be lies, that could be propaganda. Maybe that's not true, the same way it wasn't true that Trump was going to do it. But what do you think the Democrats think about that? Let's see. You think they'll hold their principles and standards? Or will they have double, triple, quadruple standards? I don't know. What do you think? Tell me in the comments below. Hey, I'm brand new at doing this. You found me. You're lucky you found me. Now you got to do the things. You got to press the buttons and do that stuff that I don't want to talk about that every creator needs you to do. Just go press the buttons. Let's check it out.
Here's cringe Jean-Pierre confirming the rumors that old Joe is considering preemptive pardons for a whole bunch of other people who have committed a bunch of crimes that haven't been discovered yet, so that they too can be above the law.
Are preemptive pardons on the table at present just through?
I'm just not going to. I'm not going to get ahead of the president. Certainly, the president is looking at reviewing next steps, and there will be more to come. I'm just not going to get ahead of the president. I'm not going to get into hypotheticals from here.
To be clear, this wasn't just about pardons in general. Every president issues controversial pardons on their last few days in office as they're leaving. This was about preemptive pardon. So old Joe is preparing to just start pardoning his crime associates in Congress for things that they haven't been busted for yet. And as always, the Democrats are accusing Donald Trump of doing the exact thing that they themselves are guilty of. Here's Richard Madcow back in 2020 having delusions about Donald Trump issuing preemptive pardons to Donald Trump Jr. and other Trump associates, which he never did.
President Trump, as he winds down his last few weeks in office, is considering preemptive pardons for all his adult children, including his son-in-law, Jared. What a mess. More as we know.
And you know what's coming next. Celebrating Joe Biden from protecting his son from the obvious crimes that he committed when none of the Trump children did anything wrong.
Cue all the hand-wringing and gnashing of teeth today about a president using his power, his pardon power, his powers as president, to do something for a family member.
Oh, well, if that's what presidents do, then Donald Trump better get his pen ready and start doling them out like candy. And you know Joyless Reed was spewing her delusions during the first Trump administration, concerned that Donald Trump was going to do, well, the same thing that Joe Biden ended up doing with his kid.
Barack Obama never had to think about whether he needed to pardon Sasha and Valia, and yet Donald Trump is reportedly discussing pardons for his kids. The presidential pardon was originally meant to grant the president the power to temper justice with mercy. It was not enshrined in our Constitution so that a dishonorable man could reward his criminal allies, friends, and family for their corrupt practices. Trump is considering preemptive pardons for his adult children. Late last night, we learned that Trump has discussed preemptive pardons for his 3 eldest progeny. The news was first reported by the New York Times.
Oh, the New York Times, about as reliable of a source as the ramblings of a homeless man on the side of the street. But that was then, and this is now.
I don't have a problem with Biden pardoning his son. He should have pardoned him. The crazies are coming, right? But to me, it's like, pardon more.
Pardon more.
Rachel Maddow gets paid $30 million a year. $30 million a year. I don't know what Joy Reid gets paid, but if it's anything more than $1 a year, she's grossly overpaid. Did you just hear what these women said? What in the hell? It's like, and then Whoopi Goldberg is like, Democrats are not a monolith. And Charlemagne's like, then how come Democrats can't call out when Democrats are wrong? And she's like, we do all the time. Okay, do you? Because Joy Reid and Rachel Maddow are like what's 2 of the biggest talking heads for the left on TV. And what was that? What was that shit? I mean, Joy Reid said it plain as day. The presidential powers are not made for some scumbag president to pardon his criminal, disgusting, criminally charged. Like, dude, he said he smoked more Parmesan cheese than anybody else in the world. He smoked crack, he smoked meth, he was on the board of Burisma making $1 million a month with no experience. And he got a blanket pardon all the way back to then. And Joy Reid said that, and then that they reported that Trump was going to do this. Karine Jean-Pierre is about to confirm that like, remember what I mentioned earlier? Well, maybe they're lying about Joe Biden doing blanket pardons and preemptive pardons for other people. Maybe they're lying. Maybe they're just trying to make it seem bad, to circle back to make Trump look bad. But no, Karine Jean-Pierre is about to confirm that he has a preemptive pardon list that he's working on. Oh my God, if he pardons his brother and Dr. Fauci and all those other people, that I thought this was a step over the line with the 11-year blanket pardon. Once again, I'll make it clear again. If he would have pardoned him for the gun crime and the tax crime, that would have been totally normal. I wouldn't even be making a big deal about it. But the 11-year blanket pardon is bonkers, and everyone acting like that's not a big deal, or this like they can't see it. They're just like, oh, I don't understand. What do you matter? What's the problem? So what? What's the big deal? Dude, those preemptive pardons are going to be a million times worse because none of those people haven't even been charged with crimes. So why do they need preemptive pardons, Joe? This is getting bad. And then you got people that it's just a Democrat playbook, guys. Every admission, every accusation is an admission of guilt. Every single accusation is an admission of guilt from the Democrats. Every single one. Pay attention.
Because as you know, everything is Donald Trump's fault.
I think the fact that they have to have that discussion says everything about Kash Patel and Donald Trump's nominees. There is no reason why any president must consider preemptive pardons because the incoming administration has made it so clear that they will go after political adversaries, and Kash Patel has been incredibly vocal about that. And I hope that the Senate Republicans, who know Joe Biden very well and know he would not take something like this lightly, really consider the fact that that's even part of this discussion about Kash Patel. He is unqualified. He is unhinged.
So you know that he is more than qualified for the job if they're saying such things.
Look, I've already exposed Goldman in the previous videos where the woman on the news played a video and said, "Hey, this was," she even gave him a layup and said, "This was, remember, Goldman, we're gonna watch a clip from you. Remember, this is after the plea deal was denied." And they played, and he's like, "Joe Biden would never pardon his son. It's not even on the table. He would never do such a thing. It's such in distaste. He would never, 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 ever do a thing." It cuts back to them, and he's like, and Goldman's like, "Yeah, I would have never said those things if the plea deal would have been approved. That plea deal was amicable for everyone. That was justice, and they denied it, and that's why I said those things." And she's like, That's I know that was after the plea deal was denied. You said those. That was your opinion." And he was just like, and stared at the camera. And then now listen to him. So you just listened to Rachel Maddow and Joy Reid talk about Trump, the lies and the rumors that Trump was going to preemptively pardon his family and pardon his kids and stuff. And they said how disgusting it was and how it would be an abuse of the presidential pardon power. They didn't say, "Well, this says a lot about the Biden administration." You know, if Trump has to have that conversation, just imagine it going the other way. You know, could you imagine, Biden's thinking about preemptively pardoning his family, and this says a lot about Trump. This says everything about Trump. But whenever they said Trump was gonna preemptively pardon his family, they said, "This says a lot about Trump." Like, dude, what? And these are the people that run the country. These are the people that get paid tens of millions of dollars to be on the news while I sit in my pajamas in the living room with 100 subscribers, like, and let me help you guys out. If you didn't go to college, let me explain something to you. What they're doing is totally normal. It's not hypocritical. It is not lies. It's not deceit. It's not any of those things. You're just too stupid to know what the hell's going on.
Excuse me, Barack, would you like to accuse Republicans of the exact same things that the Democrats are guilty of, sir?
There are going to be times, potentially, when one side tries to stack the deck and lock in a permanent grip on power.
You mean how the Marxist Democrats in Congress and the Operation Mockingbird assets in the media were openly discussing how they're planning on stacking the Supreme Court, adding 4 or 6 new Democrats to the Supreme Court, bypassing the traditional nomination and congressional approval process?
They're using the judiciary, the criminal justice system to go after opponents.
He's literally saying that this is what the Republicans are going to do. Every single accusation that they make is an admission of their guilt.
Like I said, man, this Democrat playbook is so obvious, man. Every accusation is an admission. They project so hard. It's ridiculous. Stacking the Supreme Court, ending the filibuster, doing those things is reaching for permanent power. That's what it is. And that's what the Democrats want to do. That's what their plan is. Basically, the way normally a Supreme Court justice is replaced whenever one retires or dies or whatever it is, and it has to be confirmed by Congress. And you know how that stuff goes. But the Democrats would like to get rid of the filibuster. They would like to, whenever they're in charge, add 4 or 6 Supreme Court justices where they choose all the Supreme Court justices, which will swing the court in the opposite direction, which is them grabbing at permanent power. It's, you know, that's what they're doing. That's what their plan is, and that's what they accuse the Republicans of doing, and with no real plan. Like, what is the plan for Republicans to take permanent power? What are they doing that would have them in power forever? What is it again? Because the Democrats have been in power for like 16 of the last 20 years, something around there. It's pretty significant. So they've been grabbing at permanent power for a long time now, and it's just their plans and the things they say outright in public would grant them that. But they accuse the Republicans of doing it with, I don't understand what the Republicans' plan or what they say the plan is to do that, other than voter suppression. But voter suppression actually means giving your ID to someone whenever you vote. It's not actually suppression. It's just that's what they call it. It's called rules to improve the integrity of an election. They call suppression. It's a joke. he thinks rigging elections, things like that. Like, I have a video coming on Barack Obama from that forum where he just flat out, I mean, it's ridiculous. All that all the accusations just are exactly what the Democrats are up to. It's if you listen to what they say and pay attention, you'll know what's coming. You just have to listen to them, and you'll know what crimes they've committed and crimes that have happened by their accusations. Now, there is no mistaking that Democrats started the lawfare and started us down this path because you say Trump did and Trump's so dangerous. Well, I've already exposed how they said if you're doing preemptive pardons, it says a lot about the person that's coming into office. Now, that's what they claim. But then, it's a double standard because it doesn't go the opposite direction. All they do is lie, make things up. They're deceitful. It's a joke. Everything, these people are clowns. You can't take them serious. I'm not saying that the GOP is any better, but the America First Trump MAGA movement is significantly better. But it just is. It just is. There's more transparency, there's more honesty, there's more talking, there's more opinions, there's more ideas. And in a situation like that, it's always going to work out better than you know, uh basically, an echo chamber, when you're inside your own bubble and you don't really know what the other side's thinking. They are a monolith. They are very disgusting. It makes me very sick. They've changed quite a bit over the last 20 years. It's been really, really bad. I'll end it with this. Now, with these accusations that are admissions of guilt from the Democrats, when who started the lawfare? Tell me now Trump was going after Hillary and talking about her emails and doing all that, but whenever he won the election, did he go after Hillary? Did he put her in jail? Did he investigate her to no end? No, Congress and the Senate, they finished their investigations and did what they did. There were significant questions she had to answer for that she didn't want to answer. It had nothing to do with Trump. Trump didn't force that. Trump didn't make that happen. They were already like, hey, what happened at Benghazi, Hillary, before Trump took office? That's ridiculous to think Trump did that. Now, Trump didn't go after her. Who did Trump go after? Tell me who Trump went after. Just like I just need to know. I mean, if you have a fair case, then I'll listen to it and hear what you have to say and, do a video on it possibly. So in the comments, tell me below, who did Trump go after to spark all of the crimes that they went and found on Trump? Clerical errors, white collar, financial crimes, things like that to try to jam him up, call him a felony, put him in jail, smear him, make him ineligible to be president, and do all those things. Now the Democrats are very afraid that Trump is going to do back to them what they keep saying. Trump's on a revenge tour. Well, if he's on a revenge tour, what's he getting back at you for? What did you do to make him need to get revenge? Do they not understand whenever they say Trump coming in, this new administration coming in on a revenge tour? They have a list of their political opponents on a revenge tour. Do you know what the word revenge means? Why do you say that without knowing that the actions would have been taken by you first to cause him to need to get revenge? How I don't know. Let's end the video here. Another short one. See how good I'm doing? I'm doing good at keeping my mouth shut and doing short ones. So look, I'm brand new at doing this. I love exposing these monsters. This is the double standards of the Democrats are, I've been calling it triple standards because it's so confusing. Maybe I need to go to college and figure out what happens whenever all you do is switch your positions and switch your opinions based on who you're talking to. I need to figure out what are those standards? What's that? Dude, I don't know. It's very confused. But look, I'm brand new at this. I'm happy you found me. I'm sorry I run my mouth a lot. None of this stuff is scripted. I don't write a script. I press play, I hit record, and I just start running my mouth. Um, it is what it is. Maybe I should plan stuff more. Maybe I just like it being organic. You tell me. Tell me down in the comments. Press the buttons, do the things. I don't like saying those things because they're very annoying. No one likes it. My wife especially doesn't want to hear me saying it. So I need you to do the things, tickle the algo, juice it, comment again. I'm a show watcher. All right, guys, I'll see you in the next one.